Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Alright, so what we got today is I have a Traeger Pro 22 with the notorious board or control unit. Seems to be messed up on it. So I went on Amazon and I bought a new control board to replace the original style PID controller in it. I picked it up, like I said, on Amazon. It is an iFire Tech controller. So this is the new style. We're gonna try this out. Hopefully this works. To replace the original type PID controller. Like I said, if I remember right, this is the Pro 22 Traeger. Kind of notorious for these controllers burning up. So let's see what we can do, huh? Maybe we can get this thing working up the way it used to, or even better. Who knows? So, first things first, unplug it. You don't want to burn anything up while you're plugging things in and unplugging things, and also, most importantly, you don't want to hurt yourself, right? So here we go. Just go find the cord. Just unplug it. Alright, now looks like we just got two Phillips screws, and I'm gonna go find my screwdriver. Alright, nope, already got that right here. Alright, let's get you guys situated so you can see, and we'll get it going. Alright, here we go. Start by removing the two screws. It's been a little while since I've done this, so could be a journey, could be real easy. Now. Alright, here's the back of the board. And that's right. There's a lot of stuff in here. Alright. Might have to get under there. Alright, so I had to grab a few more things. Wire strippers, wire cutters, sorry. Gonna have to take a little trip underneath. Everything's so zip tied you can't pull any of the wires out. So if you kind of see in there, yeah, not a whole lot of room to work with anything. This job can be a little intimidating. You just got to dig into it. I mean, it always looks a lot harder than it typically is. I might be regretting saying that later on, but we'll see, huh? Like I said, I've done this before, but it's been a little while. So let's go on underneath and take a look. Alright, here we go. So that's what it looks like underneath your Traeger. So everything's zip tied up. I don't know if you can see that very well, but yep. So we're just going to remove some zip ties here so we can get our wire bundle back. Just be careful not to cut a wire. That'll give you some regrets. But it's a good thing to have it this zip tied up. You don't want anything when you're all said and done getting in the way of your fans you have here. You got a little fan over there and your other fan here. So hopefully if you guys do this and kind of follow this video, you won't ever have to do this again. But I was not so lucky. There we go. Now we got some room. We can pull the wires up and through, and got a little more room to work with now. So pause the video real quick and get back up top, huh? Alright, here we go. So really lightly. Whatever kind of wires we can get out of here. Don't pull. If it's not budging, get back under there and see what's holding you up. Patience is key. So we got one wire right here that's very short and your plug is in there, and then this right here, this skinnier wire, goes to your thermal probe, and there, your temperature probe. So you don't want to yank on that, you can damage that pretty quickly. So I'm going to need a small little flat blade screwdriver to disconnect those, and then then we can start disconnecting and matching up with our new. I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Got my little flat blade screwdriver. Just unscrew. There we go. There really isn't a polarity on these, so you don't really have to mark what was left, what was right. And then now we have a little more slack to work with. Now these here obviously matter. So you can see we have a purple and a white, orange and white, red and white, and then further in black and white. But we'll have to be careful, reach under and kind of disconnect that. Those should match with what you have for the new controller. Like I said, we have red and whites, purple and whites, black and whites, yellow and whites. So luckily all the colors match. Now if they don't, hopefully whatever instructions you get tell you what the new color combos are going to be. I do recommend filming yourself or taking pictures of everything before you start disconnecting these, because for example, if you pull this white and purple, that doesn't really match with that side now, does it? So I mean, you got a little indicator right here, but who knows? I mean, it could have gotten wet, faded out, you know. But yep, always good to document what you're doing, that way you can go back to it. So alright, let's get to doing some disconnecting. Nothing too crazy with these little plug-ins. Just carefully kind of pull them apart like that. It's not anything special, no kind of special tool you have to use. You can just wiggle it back and forth. If it's fighting you really hard though, there might be a little, and you have to push in here. I am lucky enough to where I'm not having to deal with that. So alright, got those out of the way. And then the little troublesome one is going to be kind of hard to get. I might have to pause the video to get that. Nope, not at all. Okay, so here we go. Got the old one out. Set it aside. Once you pull it out, I mean, I don't recommend just like hucking it into the trash, right? Because if your new control board doesn't work at all and your old one kind of worked, yeah, it would kind of suck to damage the old one. But to each his own, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna just start plugging everything back in, see how they kind of can only go one way. I mean, you got the arrow looking point on there, and in the female side, can't really mix that up. Red and white to red. Now we've got yellow to yellow. this all white one. Remember, it had a little purple dot there, so it goes to our purple. And when you're plugging these in, make sure you're checking down in here. Make sure the little metal prongs aren't getting pushed out as you're plugging in. That's happened to me before on several things. And it'll be kind of a bugger trying to figure out what you did wrong when it comes to the end of the project. So because I got such a short wire in there for this guy, I'm gonna connect our thermal probe up first. And same kind of deal as the other. We got two little flat blade screws in there. I'll loosen them up. Kind of just relieves a little bit of the pressure it puts down. Okay, plug them in. Tighten them down. Now when you're tightening these down, you don't gotta go God mode on it, you know. Just snug enough. So I'll give it a little pull test. Make sure nothing backs out. Alright. And if you want to, like I said, this is not like a high electricity point or anything. If you wanted to, you could wrap it with some electrical tape, but it's not necessary. So I'll try and get this guy plugged in. Of course, the shortest wire always has the other end as the shortest wire too. If that's fully plugged in or not. Looks like it. Okay. So now we're gonna just feed all of our wires back in, and then when we're it's all said and done, we'll go back under there and we'll wire tie. I'm gonna cut this little zip tie here while it's out. That way I can zip tie everything up the way I like it. Okay. Alright. Ooh, almost forgot. So this kit comes with a nice little silicone gasket. I should put that on before I get too far. That way you're not having to use silicone around everything. Alright, why don't I pause the video and I'll start it back up. That way you don't have to watch me doing this. There we go, got the silicone cover on. See, it only took a second. No, I'm just playing. Alright, so I'm gonna screw it back in. And try and center it around the old hole as best as you can. Okay. There we go. Let's loosen one side. Got my rooster over there telling me to wake up. There we go. Loosen that a little bit, a little tight there. All right, look at that. That's a nice looking fit. I don't understand why Traeger always put those ugly style PID controllers on here. Their new stuff, that Wi-Fi system's really cool looking, but sadly I bought this smoker like a week before they released that, and I wasn't smart enough to do my due justice on research, and I regret it, because that would be a really cool system to have. But alright, let's get under there, and need to make sure we zip tie everything up, get the wires away from the fan blades, because that would suck, turning it on and instantly messing up all your work. So see you back under there. Alright, here we go. See what I mean? If we were to try and fire it up without coming down here, see how those wires are really close to that fan blade? We'd mess up that fan blade, possibly the motor, definitely the wires. So I really don't want to get them in that one. So I'm gonna sit here and zip tie up. Oh yeah, look, that thermal wire would have been totally demolished. So I'm gonna bring you back here once I get everything zip tied up and show you kind of what it should look like, and then we'll move on from there. See you in a sec. Alright, the power of editing. Here we go. So everything is away from the fan blades, and that's what you want to see. Nothing can wiggle, vibrate, get towards those fan blades. So pretty good there. Don't like crank your zip ties way too tight. You don't gotta pinch your wires or anything. They just gotta be tight enough to secure things into place. I'm gonna go through and cut these little extra ends off, and yeah, that way nothing gets moved in there. But after this, I think we can try this smoker out. So I'm excited, can't wait to see if this works. And yeah. So in the comments, why don't you guys tell me, what kind of Traeger do you have? What kind of smoker? Even if it's not a Traeger, you know, what share with me what you got. Let me know. Are you on your first smoker, your second? Yeah, some experiences you had. Shoot, even give me some recipes. I'm always looking for some recipes. So, yeah. Alright. I'll be back with you here in a sec. Alright, got us plugged back in. Here we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? I mean, compared to what it used to be, that looks awesome. So, alright, I'm gonna open this thing up. It's dirty. I didn't clean it. So don't judge me, okay? I gotta clean it before I grill next. Alright, let's see here. Powered up, that's a good sign. So what you're seeing on the screen with the numbers and the values doing that weird thing, it's not looking like that, I promise. If I remember right, that's something with like frames per second. But yeah, it's really not looking like that. 200. You got a nice little prime button here, so the original didn't have that, so that's kind of cool. You can change from Fahrenheit to Celsius. That's pretty cool. Alright, got two little probe spots for you if you're still using the wire probes.
I have really bad luck with those. They tend to go out on me within like a week. So I upgraded to a wireless Bluetooth probe. But if you do have the wire and they work good for you, I mean, it's got 2 probe spots for you. So far this controller seems to be pretty cool. I can't wait to try this out on a long smoke. Put it back to smoke mode and see how. Close the lid. We all know Traegers take a little while to start smoking, so I'll bring you back once it starts puffing, huh? Here we go. Just to show you. Yeah, look at that. Starting to smoke. I really wish the screen weren't doing that weird thing, but warming up. My smoker has always gone nuts on its startup. Ever since the day I got it, it'll stop smoking like that after a little bit. But yeah, comment down below again if you guys have this. Like, does yours do this? Is this quite normal? Because I've had this ever since day one. But yeah, look at that. Temperature's going up. This thing's doing great. Yeah, anyway, thank you guys for sticking around this long if you have. I appreciate it. I love the support on the channel. Yeah, I know it's a newer channel. Feedback's always welcome. If there's more details you guys would like to see on my videos, let me know. Yeah, so just let me know. Am I talking too much? Not talking enough? I doubt that. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And yeah, if this helped you, please give a like and subscribe, please. All right, until next time, thank you.